And before athletes like LeBron James, Tom Brady, Serena Williams, and Derek Jeter went from superstars to bankable brands, there was Reggie Jackson. Mr. October, as he is known, became a household name not only for his 5 World Series wins, 8 All-Star appearances, and the only player in Major League Baseball to ever be named World Series MVP for 2 different teams, but also for becoming a proven brand that could sell just about anything. Reggie had deals worth millions. Cars, cameras, cereal, even the candy bar with his name on it. In a new documentary, Reggie Jackson is sharing his truth about his life, legacy in baseball, and how he became a brand to bet on.
Reggie Jackson, that one is long gone.
This is about my past. I don't think it's checkered.
Now Reggie is out of the ballgame.
I wasn't liked because I'm the truth. And the truth is painful.
It's not cocky, it's real.
You weren't going to sugarcoat anything.
I'm happy for him to have an opportunity over here and spread his knowledge.
Reggie is a guy that can carry a ball club.
You were hitting balls all over the place. And I said, well, maybe this guy's for real. You were.
Joining us in a daytime exclusive, please welcome icon and New York Yankee MLB Hall of Famer, Reggie Jackson! Oh my gosh! Hello! Thank you so much. Welcome.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you as well. Reggie, oh, look at him. Oh my gosh! Welcome.
You remind me of the crowds that I used to play in front of in Oakland.
In Oakland.
You make a lot of noise to be a nice small crowd.
Have a seat. Congratulations on this documentary. I always like to ask people, why is this the right time? As you said in there to tell, I love you readjusting my furniture, Reggie Jackson. Oh my God. What? You got an HGTV show now? Reggie does it all. He comes in, he changes your furniture. Let me move mine. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. There's your name right there in lights, sir. Why is this the time? Why now for this truth-telling?
You know, Tamron, I mentioned to the guy that I worked to do the documentary with, and I'd written a book in my late 60s, and I figured that when I hit 70, I'd be on the way downhill. And you know, I'm on the 18th green, right? I'm almost in the clubhouse.
Oh, gosh.
But I figured it was time to say some things that could be harsh, it could be difficult to say, referencing race, referencing prejudice, jealousies, and just some of the things that you would have to say to tell a truthful story.
Right.
Because some of those things, I don't say they haunt you, they don't haunt me if they're truth, but sometimes when you tell truth, it's ugly.
Yeah, it is.
It's
That is
ugly
because
for people.
it's hard. It's a bitter pill to swallow for some people. We started off the show talking about building a brand, and before, as I said, LeBron, Derek Jeter, who's in the series, the documentary as well. You built this brand, which is remarkable because now you have, for example, Los Angeles Angels player Shohei Ohtani has 17 endorsements, the most of any athlete in 2022. You reached that status at a different time. You didn't have Twitter and social media. You just had you to build these brands. And you did it under the lens and under the microscope, which you point out in the documentary, of people wanting you to be the villain, that you were constantly fighting this notion of the villain.
Well, Tamron, I was colored. And you were supposed to remember that. They wanted to remind you of that. I had a bunch of folks that would say to me, people would say, boy, you're glad you in New York. Aren't you glad to be here in New York? And I said, yes, I am. The pinstripes I'm proud of, the history and legacies of Ruth and Aaron and Mantle and Whitey and all the guys that I could get to compete against and be with. I said, I'm glad to be here, but your ass is glad I'm here too.
So basically what you're telling me, at the bottom of this candy bar, it should have said, your ass is glad I'm here to the Reggie Jackson bar. I mean, truth be told, to skip ahead to some of the things you talked about, you said, whenever I went with the Yankees, I was the villain. But prior to the Yankees, there was a moment that even the race of the woman in your life impacted your career. You talk about it in the documentary.
In 1966, when I want to say they had the second baseball draft. I was at Arizona State University. I'd like to say this fast. The year before, Rick Mundy was the #1 choice. He went to Arizona State University, and our coach, I was the first colored player, and that's the term that was used.
Back then,
first
yeah.
colored player on the baseball team at Arizona, and the coach was from Arkansas. So I make the team, and during that year, I was recognized as the best amateur baseball player in the country and should be the #1 pick.
Right.
The New York Mets, there was a guy named Bob Sheffing who was there. Team was owned by Joan Payson, and the Mets sent a message to our baseball coach, tell Reggie we'd like to draft him, but we think he's a social problem because he's dating out of his race. And my middle name's Martinez, I was dating a Mexican girl. And so I was told by the manager, our coach, the baseball team, that you're not going to be the #1 pick.
Because of the race of the woman.
Because I may cause problems in the city socially because I was dating outside my race. And I can tell you from there, when I signed, I was a second pick. The kid that was drafted ahead of me, Steve Chilcott, never really made it. He was a catcher. And when I signed, my mentors were Willie McCovey, Billy Williams, Ernie Banks, Fergie Jenkins, because they trained in the area in Arizona. And one of the things they strongly talked about was dating white women. You date white women, you're not going to play. They're going to get rid of you. You'll be benched, blah, 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 blah. And so that was the era, that I played in, was raised in, et cetera.